मॉर्निंग माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स। बच्चे, as you are seeing on the board, बच्चे, it is written chapter 3 part 1 and chapter 3 organization of data. Chapter 3 organization of data. These are some basic key points I have written on the board. That is meaning of class organization. What is this basically? It is meaning of classification. What it is? It is the meaning of classification. Then I have written a point here, that is features of a group classification, and here are some methods of classification. I will discuss with you all these basic points with a clear explanation. Till then I want you just have a note of these, and for noting it so that any visibility issue is not there, I am just reading out these, then I will explain. Chapter 3 Organization of Data, Meaning of Classification. The process of arranging a data into sequences and groups according to their common characteristics, or separating them into different but related parts. Is called classification. Got it? Now, here are some features of a good qualification. Means a classification which is considered the best, it should have the following features, that is suitability, flexibility, mutual exclusive, stability, and homogeneity. Now, how do we will classify whenever data we are having? How we will classify the data? And that classification have different 4 methods that are in front of you. That is geographical classification, chronological classification, qualitative classification, and quantitative classification. Now let me just first explain with the meaning of this organization of data. But as you know that in statistics we have different 5 stages, that is collection, organization, presentation, analyzation, and interpretation. In statistics we have 5 basic steps, and this organization of data, it is the second step of statistic process. But it is second stage of statistics process. Clear? Now, in this second stage, what we learn how to arrange the data as per the need of our desired required needs. Clear? And in this, main thing is the classification, and then one more important thing will be there, that is the frequency distribution. That will be frequency distribution, which I will explain you later. This frequency distribution you might have also done in your 10th class 14th chapter, that was of statistics only, and in that we have done different ways of constructing the frequency distribution. And in this frequency distribution we are having 3 different columns, like X column, then tally marks, and then finally the frequency column. So this is what we are going to discuss. Before I start discussing it, I just want you to have a note of it. For that I am holding my lecture for few seconds. Kindly note it down. Now, I hope बच्चे you have written it down. Now, बच्चे, what does this organization of data means? Organization of data means to organize the given information in a presentable way so that meaningful conclusions can be taken out of them. Clear, बच्चे? What is organization of data means? It is the process in which the available informations are being organized in such a way so that meaningful conclusions can be taken out of it and used for the desired purpose. Now, in this organization of data, the first thing which we are going to discuss, that first thing is the meaning of classification. What is that first thing? That first thing is meaning of classification. So, what is there? The process of arranging a data into sequence and groups. Means we are arranging in a proper sequence or we are arranging in the proper groups according to their common characteristics. Now, we organize a data or classify a data in a way, and we take all the data of one characteristics at one place and of another characteristics at another place. Clear, bachche? So we try to accumulate all the characteristics of same quality at one place and of another quality at the another place, or separating them into different but related parts, or we can make a different parts also. Like in a class you will find the students of highly reputed families also, you will have students of middle income families also, and you will have students of background families also. So bache, according to these different three categories, we can categorize the students as per the needs of their family requirements. We can provide them homework if it is affordable for them to do. We will check their family status also, that how to deal up with that student, so that every student is kept equal whenever we are delivering them learning outcomes or whenever we are delivering them educational concepts. So hope bache, my this definition is been clear to you. Classification. Now I want you to just storm your brain and tell me another example of how to classify the population of an economy. This is what I am going to ask you, how to classify the population of an economy. How we can classify it? What are the different ways we can classify it? Here, bache. Now, as per me, the classification of the population can be made as per the time, or it can be also made as per the states. It can also be made as per the different localities. Now, this is the next question or next topic which we are going to discuss. That topic is the features of a good classification. Features of a good classification means whenever we are classifying something into different groups or in the sequences, that must be suitable. That must fulfill the features of suitability. Means it should be suitable to our needs for what we are classifying. Flexibility. Now, it should not be there that if we have classified something and it should not be rigid. Rigid means unchangeable. Because if our motive or objective of classifying that data changes, so our data which we have classified, it should have some flexible features so that according to the changes, we can make some desired changes in that. Next is which are mutually exclusive, means it should not have some Unexclusiveness. It should not have a sum. Unexclusiveness. There should be a feature of mutually exclusive feature. Some type of commonness should not be there. Dependency should not be there. Then the chain stability. Whatever we are classifying, how we are arranging in sequence or groups, that must be stable enough. It should not be there that it can change it on its own. It should be flexible. If we require changes, we can make, but it should not be there that it can change and it is not having any kind of stability. And when we classify the chain, we should take care of this feature, most importantly, homogeneity. Homogeneity means, what does homogeneity mean? Homogeneity means that a data should be having all, when it is classified in one classified portion, it should have all the things of same homogeneous nature. Of same, homogeneous means same, of same nature it should have, of same characteristics it should have. It should not be in heterogeneous form. It should not be in heterogeneous forms. Like you have done in before classes of science classes also, that there are two types of solutions, heterogeneous and homogeneous. Homogeneous are those solutions in which if two things are mixed, they are not visible. In which two things are mixed. And heterogeneous, if two things are mixed, after the mixing and after that the final mixture which is available, in that we can find out that these two are different. So I just wanted to tell you this, that as a good feature of classification, this must be taken care at most, that is homogeneity. Means all the things which we are taking in a group or in a situation or in a sequence, that must be of homogeneous nature. I think there is no need to write it down the explanation, because you can write it down on your own self by reviewing the video back, because this is a video lecture. Whatever I have spoke, that you can write also. Now I am giving you some time to write down this basic feature, that is homogeneity. Till then I want to hold my lecture for few seconds. Write it down very fastly, whatever I have explained. Now check. Let me explain you these methods of classification. The first method of classification is geographical classification. What is the first method of classification? It is geographical classification. Now, when the data is being classified according to the geographical features or the locations, then this type of classification is called geographical classification. What I am saying, when a data is being classified as per the geographical features, then that type of classification is called geographical classification. Clear, geographical classification. Let me make the example of this. Suppose I am taking here, this is the example. Suppose I am taking here states, and here I am taking population. Clear, state and population. States, suppose I am taking Haryana, Delhi and Rajasthan. Or in place of Delhi, I can write These are the states I have written, and I will write the approximate population. Suppose it can be 70,000. I am taking just the approximate idea. Goa say 20,000 and Rajasthan say बच्चे 1 lakh. So whenever our data is being presented in such a form and where we are making sequence or groups according to the geographical locations, that is called geographical classification. That is called geographical classification. Now this geographical classification has one more different name. It has a different name also, and that different name is बच्चे. I can write a statement over here. If it will be visible to you, I am writing here. Geographical classification, geographical classification is also known as spatial classification. Is also known as spatial classification. Then I want to tell you one more thing. This chronological classification also has a one more name. So I am writing that here also. That is chronological classification is also known as temporal classification. Temporal classification. Now, as I have told you the example of geographical classification, what is this bachche? It is example of GC. GC means geographical classification. Now here I will tell you the example of CC oblique TC. CC oblique TC means chronological classification as well as temporal classification. Now in this bachche, the classification would be made on the basis of time. That time would be years, that time would be months. Here bachche, here years, here population. So what are years? Suppose 1971, 1981, 1991. And population, suppose it is 1,60,000. These are approximate. These values are just for an approximation and just for an example. And what heading would be? Here the heading would be population as per short form I have written. Population as per states. Population as per states, and here बच्चे population as per different years. Hope I have made myself very clear in the explanation of these points. Now बच्चे, this one is explanation example of this. Now we will move to example of qualitative classification. बच्चे, this qualitative classification is of two types. That is, or let me hold my lecture. You write it down. This part, this example, and these two terms. You write it down. Then I will explain it nicely from using the whole space. Holding my lecture for a few seconds. Now I am erasing out the chip. In next I will tell you this qualitative classification. What I am explaining, qualitative classification. What I have told you that it is of two types: simple and manifold. Simple and manifold. What is simple, बच्चे? The simple is that in which data is being divided on the basis of just two characteristics, and when it is divided on the basis of more than two characteristics, then it will be manifold classification. It is classification. It is बच्चे manifold classification. Clear? Now I would tell you the example of simple classification. Simple classification. What I am taking here? Here I am taking population, and that population I am dividing into just two bases, that is males and females. Which two bases I am taking, बच्चे? Only two bases I am taking, that is males and females. Hope it is been clear to you. Now बच्चे, if I had to explain you this example of manifold, what I will be doing? I will rub this now. Example of simple. It was very simple only. Now I will tell you the example of manifold classification. Example of manifold classification. In this you have population. Suppose you want to distribute the population at first level. It is being distributed as per two characteristics, that is males and females. And after this, on next one, it is distributed as per literate and illiterate. Literate and illiterate. Here is also the two parts. Literate, then illiterate. Then बच्चे further it is divided into two: Hindu and non-Hindu. Here also बच्चे Hindu and non-Hindu. Here also, my dear students, Hindu and non-Hindu. This also again into two parts, that is Hindu and non-Hindu. Means in simple we are having only two attributes, that is male and female, and in manifold we have a different type of flow chart, that is it will be very complex also. First it is on two bases, that is males and females, then it is again on two bases, that is literate and illiterate, and then it is again on two bases, that is Hindu and non-Hindu. So if this distribution of characteristics or attributes keeps on increasing, this will become manifold classification. So I want to make this chart in your notebook because I will rub it. If I rub it, it will not be available for you again. Then I explain after this quantitative classification also. So I will make it down very fast. Now I think you have written discussion, that is quantitative classification. In quantitative classification, the type of classification in which data is classified on the basis of some characteristics which can be measured, such as height, weight, income, expenditure, production, sales, which can be measured in the quantitative terms. That type of classification is called quantitative classification. So I will not write the definition in front of you, because definition you can write down yourself also. I would just now try to make the table which will show you an example of quantitative classification. What is that table, bacha? Suppose I want age distribution. I want age distribution of 500 students in a school. I want age distribution of 500 students in a school. So what I will do, bache, I will just write age in years. Then this side I will write number of students. Suppose age I am taking in groups, that is 10 to 12, 12 to 14, 14 to 16, 16 to 18, and then the total. Because in school life the maximum age is 80 only, so we are taking till here only. Then the number of students, that is 150 in the age group of 10 to 12, 130 in the age group of 12 to 14, then the 100 in the age group of 14 to 16, and then the 120 in the age group of 16 to 18, and this total comes out to be 500. So this is an example of quantitative classification. This is the example of quantitative classification. Hope I have tried to clear all the things from my side. If you have any doubt, any query, any problem, you can call me, you can message me, you can text me, you can comment. If any problem will be there from your side, I will try to solve it down in my next video lecture. And this is all about my discussion today. So let me write here what tomorrow we will going to discuss. Tomorrow we will be discussing the topics variable, frequency distribution, then types of statistical series. These are the topics which we will discuss in next class. So that's all from my side, bache. Keep studying hard, and if any problem you can contact me anytime. And this is all, bache. Kindly make a note of this. Then I will tell a small point. Write down fastly, bache. Now students, what all we have discussed today, we have discussed at first, I am just numbering out. At first we have discussed meaning of classification, then we have discussed features of classification, then at third we have done methods of classification, and we have done them in bit detail with definitions as well as their tabular representation. So this is the basic things which we have done, and in this methods we have discussed 4 things, that is geographical classification, chronological classification, qualitative classification and quantitative classification. Thank you for your cooperations, and this was all, Thank you and have a nice day.